Hey, Alex here, BoldTrail Academy. A little different format for week 12. Last Friday, when I did the week 12 live session, we had some tech issues and it didn't record. Not sure why, but coming back and recording this here from my home office. This week, week 12, I'm covering the BoldTrail apps. There's three apps that you should be using in addition to the BoldTrail desktop version. There is the BoldTrail agent-facing app that we're used to, or you will be today. A new app called Streams, which is very similar to the BoldTrail app. It just has different enhancements, one of them being an AI enhancement. And then there's the BoldTrail OpenHouse. So we're going to cover those three in this session right now. So I've started off the year with BoldTrail Basics, and my goal, my intent is to give you the basics of the system from how to initially log in, what needs to be done first. And now that we're in week 12 of 13, I'm getting into the apps, and from the progression of how I've laid this out, at this point, you should be logged into your BoldTrail. You should have your database in. We showed you how to do that. We showed you automations. We showed you your social media setup, all of these different things. I had someone recently come to me and say, Alex, I really appreciate how you've taken this massive elephant that is BoldTrail and broken it down into little bite-sized pieces. Really helpful. So I appreciate the recognition, and yeah, that's really what my goal is here to start with. So let's jump in and take a look at these apps. So what you see here is you see screen recordings of each, and I just did a quick screen recording to walk you through each one. Let's start with the BoldTrail app. This is the client-facing app. As you can see, that's my home screen. This is what you see when you are logged into the app. This is the activity that's going on, so it just shows you um, what it's basically your desktop in the activity that's on your desktop. That way you can go in and see who is in the platform and what they're doing. Here are tasks. I have my platform set up to give me 10 tasks a day based on the activity going on in the platform. And so these are the tasks that I, at the time I shot this video, I needed to do. Those are your contacts, all contacts. It shows you what they are. You can sort them by status. So I went over a section on the importance of the status and how to track and monitor your business that way, and then filters for the apps. So in this case, I have my contacts. I also operate the New Vision team site, so it's important I sort by that. Here's my overdues task real quick, and then here's the listings. Listings are the same functionality that you would see on the desktop version. So if you're out and about and someone's inquiring about a listing, you can find it there and then send them your listing link. This is a listing I have in Roseville right now, and I'm able to see the details I've inputted for the listing. And then when you click on open listing, it gives you that desktop version with the listing link in it. Um, Great feature, one of the best features of the platform, because you would much rather share your digitally branded listing than a Zillow listing or whatever. Just going deeper into the app, you're looking at email notifications, text notifications, and it's pretty slick. I like that version of the app. Um, let's jump over here and take a look at the streams. Again, this is new. I'm still testing it out myself. So I'll press play on this. And within streams, it shows you the urgent task, gives you that a little bit more granular information, which leads to follow up on. Now, at the time I was doing this, I had a property boost going. Gives you the opportunity to go in and look at your settings. Um, There's my overdue task. You can see it was the same that was in the BoldTrail app. Here's the AI component. And so I haven't really dug too deeply into the AI. I've just started using it a little bit. But it shows you which leads to follow up on according to their statuses. Gives you an idea of the activity going on within your platform as well. Yep. So here's more of the AI component. You can queue it in to do different, have it run different tasks within the platform. Review my recent activity. So it's going in, scanning the activity. Like I say, I'm still zeroing in on the best ways to use this. For me, it's all about productivity, and I focus on that within my business in using the technology. I find that we can really hide behind our computer screens, so I really try to use our technology to zero in on the phone calls to make, and that's what this is focusing on. You see this lead Jerry revisited, and so that's a cue for me to call them. Um, and there's several different applications for so lastly, we're going to look at the open house. Now, I think the open house app, if you do open houses and you're not using the open house app, it is a real missed opportunity because it has so much integration into the type of house that you're holding open when it comes to the property details. So let's go in and take a look at the open house app. It's very easy to use. It can be intimidating the first time you try and use it, but we'll take a look at it. And if you wanted to create a new listing, you would just put in either the MLS number or address. In this case, I'm showing you the example of the listing I have in Roseville. You can go in and it has these questions that you can integrate into the open house app, and you can make it specific for each open house, what you want to, the details you want listed. And then you can go ahead and put a hashtag in. And if you've listened to my past um, podcast, you know that I'm a big fan of the hashtag. It's a great way to sort your platform. And so I add the hashtag. I put a pin in there. Had a hard time typing that morning, hitting the right buttons. And this is what it looks like. So you can do this for any listing that's in MLS. And the real advantage of doing this again is it integrates the data. So let's go in and take a look at that. All right, so here I am in the BoldTrail platform. I'm under listings. I'm looking at all listings. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the importance of the BoldTrail open house. So the listing I have is in 95747. That's the zip code's in. So if I go into 95747, now I have a save filter for all EXP listings in 95747. So if I go ahead and click into this, it takes me to this page, which is all of 95747 and the EXP listings. Here's a listing from April 9th, so less than a week ago. Now, I've run my property boost, I've done my open houses for my 95747 listing. And so here's a listing, and when I click on matching buyers, it goes in and it's now searching the database for matching buyers, and it's picking up the property information data that's collected through the open houses I've done at this property, number one. And then secondly, the property data from my property boost. So I have two different sources of data that are feeding into this. And it says here I have 38 potential buyers for this property. So it's very useful information. And so what I'm doing in 95747, the zip code that I'm trying to dominate, if you will, is now that I have these buyers, I go ahead and email them when new listings come on the market because I'm tracking that market. And then when I go to a listing appointment in that neighborhood, in that zip code, I walk in there with 39 buyers, 38 buyers, whatever it is that I already have within my database. They're potential buyers for that property. So when I'm sitting there in a listing, I say, hey, I'd love to list your property. This is who we are. And oh, by the way, I really focus on your zip code and being the premier agent. And this is one example of how I do this. So as an agent using BoldTrail, there's a concept I embrace called digital domination of your farm. And within that space, what it means is to focus your activity, your agent activity in one specific farm so that you can build a bigger presence. Um, I have a lot of agents out there that I work with that, like in Sacramento. Sacramento is a pretty broad area. They'll hold an open house in, say, Folsom, which is, a suburb of Sacramento, and they'll do an open house there, and then they'll go over to West Sac, which is seriously 45 minutes away, completely different market, and they'll hold an open house in West Sac, and then they'll get frustrated because they didn't get the right type of business they were looking for. And even more frustrating is that they're in a situation now where if they have somebody in West Sac where they don't live, they don't have a presence in, and now all of a sudden they're an interested buyer there. Well, now they're traveling back and forth, and now your time becomes an issue. I know as an agent myself, I like to do business in my market area. I do go outside of markets. As you know, I'm a big land and ranch guy, and I have land and ranch listings up in far Northern California. I have some down in Central California, but it's a different space in land and ranch because it's more of a specialty thing. But when it comes to my localized business, I really prefer to stay in South Placer County where I am, and specifically 95747. There's an area of Sacramento, Elk Grove. It's way south, and I don't understand the city. I don't understand why people would want to live there. There's really nothing there, and so I give all those leads to agents in my team. I specifically recruited an agent in Elk Grove just so they could take all that business. God love them. They know that area. That's great. But that's one thing you could do. In EXP, we have that ability to go out there and recruit agents in different markets. And if you are good at creating leads, generating business, and that's something I've become good at because I'm using the platform every day, I'm able to go out there and bring agents on and say, hey, I'm gonna build a digital presence in your farm and get you really busy down there. Um, and it's great for recruitment for me, but it's not just talk. I'm actually doing it and getting agents busy and generating leads because that's really what our goal is to generate leads, build relationships, and you can do that with the BoldTrail Open House app. So that's what I have for you this week. I encourage you all to go and download these. I will put the links to the downloads in the description below. You'll find it. I do want to say that the streams, BoldTrail Streams, is only available on iPhone. Android users, it's not out yet. Um, if you really want to get that app on your phone, um, simple solution is to go get an iPhone. As you guys know, I'm an Apple user. I've been an Apple user for 20 years. I've been doing a number of agent setups using PC devices, and I'm able to get through it. But really, the Apple environment, it's just easy to use. But then I've used it for 20 years, so it's what I know. But the real point is to go out there, get the apps, log into them, and start using them. And it really it allows you to unchain yourself from the desk. You can go mobile and have, I would say, 90% of the functionality that you have on the desktop version, you can take it on the road. So I hope you found this helpful. If you need help with your BoldTrail, I get calls from people all across the country on a daily basis saying, hey, I need help with this, I need help with this. And I'm able to answer, I would say, half of those questions, half of those inquiries as I'm driving down the road to a listing appointment or property showing, whatever. I just answered the question for you. I know the platform that well. So reach out to me. Always welcome the conversations, messages, whatever it is. And yeah, check out the whole series that I've done. Like I said, this is week 12, week 13, obviously, is this week coming up. And we're going to wrap up our BoldTrail Basics series. All right. Thank you. Please like, share, comment, and I will catch you on the next video.